Let's hop right back into things here. We are now back on the front lines in Mexico. And so, let us proceed with our research here. Get advanced aquifers. And hopefully we can get things done here.
Enclave here.
Alright. And we'll get an army back down this area here. And our scavengers return triumphant.
Enclave here.
Alright. And we'll just finish that area off.
Enclave main com.
And all of our troops are finally pouring in now that the attack areas have been resecured. And Leon has been captured. Unplug the AI and proceed down.
Enclave here.
Let's have this unit here take the refinery.
Enclave here.
And decrepit defense. And I think that might be it. Perfect! Alright. We will first start by taking our territories. Obviously here. So we want all of our proper American territories back. There. So that. And we'll take what's left of their fleets. Actually, you know what? Cancel that. I'll give their fleets to Mexico as well. And then... oh, they won't get it. Whatever. We don't need their fleets. But we'll give everything else here to them. And just get that taken care of here. Alright. Now that Mexico has been taken care of, we shall install a police force. Further expand these military bases. Alright, and the corpse. We're not entirely sure what the hell's going on the sunken remains of Corpus Christi Naval Base, and is another set of remains in a strange green citadel filled to the brim with rotting plants and strange flora. Navies hope to restore our Mexican Gulf Naval Base quick, that have been dashed as well from the damage from a massive hurricane that ravaged the Texas coast. Between that and the aforementioned citadel, repairs are going to take time. More time than usual on this one. Demolition teams, armed with flamers and incinerators are en route as we speak. So now that's done. Alright, and send out repairs here. And now, I'm thinking we're gonna just get all of our units ready to go as we prepare for our next war. I'm thinking we're going after them. In the meantime, though, let's get our units ready to attack what's left. Ah, crap. This belongs to us. Sorry. Sorry, Mexico. Alright. Yeah, we're not gonna switch the DEFCON unit here. However, where's the Mexican air? Again, should be in here. Ah, here we are. Alright, the Mexican capital. With Santa Anna gone, his robot father and siblings vanquished, the cartels corralled, and the flower wars having never to bloom again, there is a rising chorus and Ica to return to the capital to its historic center, Mexico City. The city itself, however, suffered under a Tiago and further burned in the flower wars. However, that has not stopped the growing movement from the Baja and even into America itself to return their easy task for the Baja government. However, assistance from the northern neighbors and benefactors could see the Mexican flag rise over Zocala Plaza once more. And then we'll finish that. And we'll prepare a Delta rocket then as well. All hail Loki. Yep. Pretty boy over here. Okay. And is there anything? Nope, not really. Okay. Let us then get things ready. We'll take care of the Austin Republic first here.
Enclave
This
here.
band of super mutants that's just holding out.
Enclave here.
Okay. Where do I want to put this? Yeah, I'll set them here.
Enclave here.
Alright. Rank and file. And the new Gauss rifle is formed. That's good. And the new American Army. Oh, I should pause it. Look at the march past. We are no longer a few bands hiding in power armor. We are the American Army, and we are back. It looks complicated. It is, honestly. It's that Hearts of Iron 4, there are just so many different mechanics that you have to deal with. You have to deal with supplies, obviously, as well as just intelligence reports, and the various armies and logistics for them. It's interesting. But it's fun, though. It's once you learn how to do it, it's very easy to just continue on with things, and that's part of why I love this game. It's actually my most played game in
Enclave main com.
that I have at the moment, with over 1,500 hours on it. But so yeah, there's a lot, and I've been playing this game pretty much since it came out in 2016. Yeah, but it also doesn't help, too, that I'm playing a mod that makes things, honestly, a little more complicated. but it's worth it, honestly. Alright, and we'll get things ready to go. The lands of the Mexican Republic. The Republic of Mexico has lodged a formal request for us to return Mexican lands to their administration. Well, there was nothing, at least a show of thanks and support for their assistance in the Landed Titans. It appears several within the Republic want to get to rebuilding Mexican territory without having to constantly request permission from the U.S. military administration in the region. Meanwhile, some members of the Congress have questioned our latest military appropriations. There's also been rumors of unrest among the Mexican population who are starting to sour at the notion that they traded up patrols for Atolix robots and flower wars for power-armored soldiers and leaders who don't always speak Spanish. Can't risk unified South. Lands of the Republic of Texas return to them. Alright. There. And we have given them back their territory. And as our army licks its wounds and heads back north. But hey, Mexico has all of its territory back. And the Spell Bomb. Well, I'm gonna go. Food just became ready. Figured I would stop and say bye to say hello. Yeah, not a problem, Bomb. Just happy to have you stop on by, even if for a little bit. I appreciate that. So, you take care of yourself now, and you have a good day if I don't see you again. So. Alright. And the advanced foundries. Alright, I could probably disband these at this point. Honestly, these barrage balloons aren't really useful anymore. However, let's just make sure everything here is good to go. Alright. Alright. And a nuclear reactor. Get that going too. Come to think of it, I should probably get all these
Enclave main
caught
com.
up here then as well, now that we have it under our control. And on the plus side, at least Mexico was able to defeat the Texas Brotherhood for us. So now we have all these territories back under our command. Alright. Now then, now that the south is secure, now it's time to head north. Alright. And we'll declare war on the Austin Republic. The Divide. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what the Divide was about, but at any rate, let's just finish this off. Just secure all of Texas here.
Enclave here.
Then head this way, then.
This is Enclave main com. This is Enclave main com.
And you as well. Alright. And everyone moves on. Take care of these armies and units. Fall of Unity. The Addis Army, successor state of the Austin Republic, has suffered heavily in the Army of the United States. Reports confirming that the Mutant Republic's capital of Austin has fallen. Keats has fallen Texas Economic Union to a system, though the bureaucracy of the Union may prevent aid from reaching them on time. Alright. New American Army. And power armor integration. Though we've always relied on power armor, one of our officers wants to take this to the next step. Captain Wilson Freeman has published a treatise calling for a lightning war where power armor flanks enemy positions, cuts off their lines of retreat, and captures survivors. It just might work.
This is Enclave main com.
And they have cut the Austin Republic in half. Yeah, once Texas is secure, we'll then push on to the other areas then. Said, unfortunately, it looks like the other Enclave faction here, based out of Montana, isn't going to go easily, because they have actually allied themselves with Cascadia up here. And kind of formed a rival chapter to us. So, Montana Enclave. So we're going to have to declare war on them. So once we're done with these various Texas factions, we're going to switch our focus back over to them to take them out and end their threat for good.
Enclave here.
Alright.
Enclave here.
Alright. And then we'll take care of these other units here. The Houston Rockets and the Bayou Motors. Alright.
This is Enclave main com.
Yeah. Okay. Mariah Jackson falls ill. That's unfortunate. And further restore those air bases. Get us going. Okay. And then we do have implants that we could start doing, but for now I think we're good. Let's make sure all these areas are being cored then. So I do want every bit here just under our control. Alright. Alright. Actually, let me check the status of our Navy. Alright. Repair now. There. That should do it. And we'll declare war on the Houston Rockets, as well as the Bayou Motors.
This is Enclave main com.
Alright. And we'll take over Houston.
This is Enclave main com.
Probably gonna go after New Vegas too, actually, while I'm at it. So, honestly, that would not hurt. Just taking that whole area back.
Enclave here.
Alright. There we are.
Oh, lovely.
And they're rocket ready. We have completed work on the latest model, the Delta 10, as well as trained crew necessary to pilot it. The ship is ready at Bloomfield, and the USSA director is standing by for the presidential order to begin loading procedures and countdown to launch. Awesome. And we got new recruits here then, too. And, yeah, launch the rocket. And there we are. The launch went off without a hitch. Once reaching stable orbit, the astronauts proceeded to perform a number of scientific tests while a boon to the USSA. The growing space community is of little use to the government. Thankfully, the crew reported nothing out of the ordinary and are settling in for their trip around the globe. Once the orbit is complete, they'll land the rocket at a pre-designed site zone where they'll recover by military vertibird and return to civilization in short order. A successful mission. Let's see. Alright. Fortunately, the area here looks like it's gonna fall here in short order. Especially... Uh-oh, the Major falls ill. Everybody's falling ill. Cargo plane. And we'll take that land back. Alright.
Enclave main com.
And we'll head back to this area here.
Enclave here. Enclave here.
Ah, crap. I'm not doing it right. I wanted to hold shift here just to make sure that every single one of these units is deployed correctly here. Because honestly, that's the way I want it to be.
Enclave here.
Just easier that way, because sure, you can put all the units separately here, but it actually creates less of a cohesive unit when you do that. And flying armor.
Enclave here.
Alright. During our struggle to liberate America, American forces engaged in what we might call war crimes. Yep, we'll punish the troops. Alright, and Fortress Protocol. Get that going. And Assassin City. Declare war on them. Alright. Get that going there. And these guys are just tasked with meeting up with everyone. Alright. There.
Excellent.
There. And etching solutions. Or etching solutions.
Outstanding.
And aerial refueling. And stun.
Enclave here.
What? Where is it?
Enclave here.
Oh, to hell with it. I'm just gonna... Set. I do not know why everything was given back there. Alright. Yeah, I'll do the Dream Lifter next. But the good news is that at least that's been taken back. Actually... You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna take over these areas here.
Enclave here.
Or is there not really... Alright. You there.
Main com.
You there.
Enclave here.
Hmm.
Enclave main com.
Okay.
Enclave here.
And we'll create a new unit here.
Enclave here.
And just put it there for now. Okay. How are we doing here? Alright. Alright. Good. Now Texas is done, and now we can actually get that Commonwealth restored now, too. Wait, am I at war with these guys? I'm not. But they are fighting the realm of Diana. That's interesting to know. Alright, where's the Texas Commonwealth one? At least it should be here. Where are you? Here we are. Everything is bigger in Texas. Texas represents the very spirit of the American cowboy. So common pre-war history, let's rekindle that fire. Alright.
Enclave here.
And now we have our units coming back up. Probably take care of the realm of Diana as well as the claim jumpers here. Take them both out. Then we'll take care of the Flame Suns. That way, we can actually get another flank here under the Northern Command. Because most of our... I'm just gonna head north here, take over Cascadia, because unfortunately they're under their control.
Enclave here.
But It'll be worth it in the end, I think. Alright. And we'll put them as well as the claim jumpers. Alright. Now then. Do we have anything else? No. Well, we do have that, but honestly, I don't really want to have to deal with that at the moment. And our scavenging program is about to bear fruit. That's good to know. You know what? I'm gonna invest as much stimulus as I can. Okay. So, now... There.
This is Enclave main com.
And just have you head that way. And you that. Okay. There.
Main com.
And the uncivil civilian unrest. Let's see. And intervention mainly emboldened them. Well, we do have these reduce supplies, scavengers return triumphant, and more pre-war stuff. Alright. They want to join in. Alright. And nuclear reactors. What else can I do? Nothing really at the moment. There's support. Nope. And no robots either. Alright. So, yeah, just have them do more naval modules in the meantime. Alright. There it goes. Okay.
Enclave main com.
And Houston has been restored. Beauty Paradise. Paradise is named with the tribals living there call this place. A marvelous ecological paradise within the waste, in between the mountains. While this place is marvelous, we have a feeling that something is hidden beneath the fauna of this place. Large metal gates, hidden pathway give the impression that there is something of work here outside our grasp. Alright. And the Golden Phoenix. President Juarez today oversaw a monumental event commemorating the return of Mexico City as the rightful capital of the Mexican people. The event began with a somber tone, honoring and remembering the lives lost in the Great War, suffering under Telco and his robot sons, Aztec and the Mayan Flower Wars, as well as a special event dedicated to the Republic of the Rio Grande. Special appearances by the American President granted. It gave a moving speech about strength and endurance of the Mexican people, as well as reaffirming close ties between the two nations. President Juarez closed the events in Mexico City, announcing a week-long fiesta to celebrate the spirit and tenacity of the Mexican people. La Patria es libre. Probably butchered that, but yep, Mexico City is now once again the capital of Mexico. And we'll take back the lands and the claim jumpers back under our American control. Alright. Viva la Mexico. Alright. And economic resurgence. Alright. Texas Commonwealth. Enough said. Not even the nuclear war could keep Texas down, nor could the Brotherhood, the Rio Republic super mutants, or Santa Anna's robots. The Texas Commonwealth, representing territories of its namesake, as well as Oklahoma and Arkansas. The Texas Commonwealth is the first true deviation from pre-war Commonwealth system, in that Oklahoma has been integrated into the Texas Commonwealth for administrative purposes. Having formerly placed in the greater Midwest Commonwealth, the lands of Texas, despite being civilized, are still rumored to be dangerous, and caution is advised to stay with caravans to move the authority of the U.S. Army convoys. And play the song. Okay, and now then, I don't really need to go down that pathway anymore. Operations Command. With the base restored and under our control, we can turn the base to operations, and America would become a full nuclear power once more.
This is Enclave main com.
Alright.
This is Enclave main com.
And just have them head straight for Casper Mountain there.
Enclave here.
How big is our army, actually? Over 100,000 strong. Alright, that should do the trick. Yep. Alright. And they are now under our control. And exile divisions. It's not good. And we could probably get these guys to stop, since that is actually no longer under our control. Well, their control, I guess I should say. Alright. There's that. And one more war.
This is Enclave main com. Enclave here.
Alright. There.
Enclave here.
3.
This is Enclave main com.
And we'll stick with these guys up here for now.
This is Enclave main com.
So we get our forces ready to take care of the Fair Suns so that we can get under the Northern Command here. Mexican protest. For whatever reason, Mexico's people no longer welcome us as liberators. Just once greeted with flowers and not greeted with curses, and some of our troops have complained their beer bottles were filled with another liquid. Meanwhile, some members of Congress have questioned lace military appropriations. Okay. Alright. Okay. There. What? No, I did not want to do that. Those are our territories. That is not a part of Mexico. Alright. That is part of Texas. I probably should have read that a little more closely. But, whatever. Alright. Deploy police force. Just help monitor those lands.
Enclave here.
Alright. Now. And we'll take care of... Wait, are these the mold mutants? Might be. Either way. Time for us to declare war.
This is Enclave main com.
there.
Enclave here.
And we'll let you go that way.
Enclave here.
And there, right there. Alright.
This is Enclave main com.
Oh. They actually have to go all the way there. Never mind that. Alright, and the Air Force in Austin. Perfect. And nuclear defense operations online. With the Tunneler threat over, Ashton Air Force Base and Hopewell have been restored to full working order and are ready to begin operations. We've already identified several nuclear sites across the North American wasteland, though getting them will be difficult. With several areas guarded by automated sentries, we can't guarantee we'll answer our codes. We are used to places to worship are incredibly irradiated since the Great War. It'd be best we secured those areas of conventional forces before moving on. Okay. Ah. And we do have that. Yeah, get all those. There we go. And we'll link to NORAD. With command and control operations returning to normal under NORAD, we can link them with our systems in Hopeville, regaining our nuclear defense network.
This is Enclave main com.
Alright. And flying armor. It's done. Let's get more flying fortresses.
Enclave here. Enclave here.
Alright. I'll have these guys hit over there, actually.
Outstanding. Enclave here.
Alright. Okay. I'll have these guys go here, actually. Oh! That was quick. Alright. Take that. Now then.
This is Enclave main com.
Can actually get things underway here now. We'll have to take a moment there.
Enclave here. This is
In the
Enclave
meantime,
main com.
let's take care of these last little remnants here. Alright. And... yeah, let's do that one. Medical maintenance.
Enclave here.
Etching solutions. There.
Enclave here.
Alright, and now we're... Yes. Oh, I'm just gonna get more water here, so friendly reminder to all of you to make sure you get your hydration going, because you are a delicate houseplant that needs some water, so. There. Alright. What remains of Oklahoma lay one of the most disturbing discoveries we've ever made. We are unsure if we had a hand in it, or if it was some twisted corruption of man's science and greed. A pre-war experiment dedicated to the psionic potential of FEV. Every aspect of this freak show has soldiers on edge, and what's worse are the mindless thralls that were once common wastelanders. A few security logs show they once did battle with the remnant of Oklahoma's National Guard. using these mindless thralls as expendable infantry. Now that we're in control, is to let this one die. The very notion of breaking someone's free will is enough to send shivers down one's spine. Imagine if a purist or some supremacist got a hold of these recordings. If they managed to pull it off, the backlash alone couldn't destroy everything the United States has worked up until this point. Everything in regards to this cursed facility will be destroyed and buried, covered over by saying the Oklahoma Guard killed mutants from a West Tech FEV facility. And we'll leave no trace. Then it's off to Lone Star. More than a few scholars would consider Lone Star to be the hub of Texas, built along the prosperous I-10 and I-20 trade routes. The Lone Star was bound to become a hotspot within Texas due to it being the center of commerce. However, law and order managed to prevail in most part of the various merchants and gangs in the area. Lone Star was no stranger to combat. Chow Bang and the lawmen managed to keep the gangs and even super mutants at bay, still retaining power within the old Texan Economic Union. They even went toe-to-toe with Santa Ana at one point, just prior to our arrival. Today, as America returns east, the city that happened to on something an economic boom and renaissance, settlers and merchants move through the city to greener wastes, along the large military contingent setting up Ayers Air Force Base in Fort Hood. Texas beat strong. Come on. Twice in 400 years. The surveyors are still sifting through the records of what could be millions of robots piled outside the Alamo chapter's former fortress. What happened here is a tragedy on a measurable scale, and many want to see memorial erected to the brave defenders of the Brotherhood who gave their lives defending against the Mexican tyrant. Remember the Alamo. Economic Exclave. For many, the idea of the Enclave Economic Texas branch is nothing more than a myth, with many ranking officers refusing to answer any questions. For others, it's a hidden treasure trove of technology and wonder akin to the lost city of Atlanta, Georgia, or El Dorado. In recent weeks, there has been numerous complaints from the commanders of troops going on leave around El Paso in search of the Economic base, with few being injured as a result. And, yeah, good luck, you won't find it. Texas guns. Okay, so it's that, and this one. Rumors of our American ghosts reached even into California, because when we found the Major General Harrison and his forces still clinging on to the American dream, we didn't believe it. While by now any lineage of their actual units are long gone, the remnants of the Oklahoma National Guard still walk the wastes, and many of them are willing to serve the U.S. and even the Enclave in this endeavor. While many are hesitant to allow them in, especially seeing as they are being led by a near-feral ghoul, their prowess and skill cannot be overlooked. Welcome aboard. The station was an attempt by the Federal Communications Commission to ignite hatred against communism and buy more American products by subliminal means. Sadly, it was never deployed on mass scale thanks to the Great War, cutting plans short. Mr. Entertainment, a dynamic fellow who found the old equipment and has been slowly spreading influence across the wasteland. Now, when we confronted him about it, he claimed he was only doing it for the betterment of the people, pointing to the lowered levels of violence in the area is where the TVs are set up. He's graciously given over the studio equipment team for the charms of assisting recreating America. I have nothing to worry about. I take on the mind control, keep the rest. Could use it to reprogram raiders in the Legion. Nah, take out the mind control, keep the rest. The good Earth. Nursery is a pre-war facility buried in a remote valley led by a pre-war AI who called herself Diana. Though the EPA thinks we could use the facility to terraform the wasteland into a paradise, Diana refuses to aid us and claims we will squander her gifts. If we can get her to cooperate, we could rebuild the American biospheres and restore bald eagles, buffaloes, and woolly mammoths to the American wilderness. Alright. And we'll persuade. There. Bald eagles. Since retaking the nursery, our biologists and genetic engineers have been hard at work trying to recreate the extreme pre-war species. Chief among them is our national symbol, the bald eagle. We've been hampered by the fact that the nursery wasn't exactly stocked with birds, but rather domesticated beasts of burden. It seems that our national bird wasn't very high on Diana's list. While we're willing to overlook that, attempts to re-engineer them for what we had were slow at best. Then we found Vault 96, what was supposed to be an ark of genetic material for repopulation. But of course, Vault-Tec found ways to mess it up. The vault is largely decayed and abandoned, but aside some looting and a mess on the X001, the chamber, its genetics bay remains largely untouched. Scouring our excavation teams, we found a trove of untouched genetic material for the bald eagle, and have had them sent west to the nursery under heavy escort. Alright. Like America, our national bird shall rise again. Remnants of a forgotten past. Okay, and this is the last one. Good. Texas, of course, brings its own case of super mutants, originally set forth to revive the Master's goal. The death of Addis at the hands of the Niscient Texas Brotherhood fractured the super mutants under 3 of Addis's former lieutenants. In Austin, Keith tried to revision the ideas of the Master as a true unity, while Shao clung to the remnants of the past. Juggernaut's just a rabid dog. While, of course, many people put down some Texas speak, that many of the good people just want to live in peace. Alright. And we'll do this one. The ideals of Austin are the ideals of America.
Enclave here.
Alright.
This is Enclave main comm.
Yeah,
Enclave here.
these guys into this unit.
Enclave here.
Come on. There. And white melting. Alright. Build an area of authority. Let's reach. This is interesting. Okay. Anywho, let's take care of these little outliers. Leather dogs, and this one.
Enclave main comm.
There's that. Have them cross that whole area here.
Enclave here. This is Enclave main comm.
And Central Colorado. That taken care of.
Enclave here.
And you as well. Alright.
Enclave here.
Okay. Put you in command there.
This is Enclave main comm.
Alright.
This is Enclave main comm.
Ashton Hopeful, NORAD link online. As the NDOC mission expands, a direct link to NORAD command center has been established. NORAD's early warning systems, greater classified pre-war nuclear information, will go a long way in keeping America safe from the threat of pre-war nuclear weapons falling into the wrong hands. This also allowed NORAD to take stock of what nuclear weapons we have recovered, creating a backup site in case the NDOC is taken offline. They've also begun monitoring Chicago. Almost information coming out of the Enclave controlled city is scarce at best. Alright, so that's done. What else can I do here in the meantime? Yeah. Just make sure. Yeah, let's do this one. Traders and followers speak of frenzied but curious subspecies of humans. At least they keep themselves and are willing to trade.
Enclave here.
Alright. Nah, we don't need their assistance in that. Although we will in the next war. clearly surrounded. And now it's just their capital. Overdrives. Actually, pretty much running out of any units that we can take care of here.
Enclave main com. I see.
Alright. And economic resurgence. There. And those are dogs. Alright. See what all we can do here now. So now we also have a couple of Geks that we can take care of here. And let's put one in Cheyenne. Let's. Alright. It's time to deprioritize the here. Let's put these back down. Our lowest priority. That I do want to just make sure that if our areas are being poured properly. Alright. There. And let's take care of New Vegas here then, actually.
Here. Enclave here. This is Enclave main com.
We don't really need Mr. House owning what is proper American territory. How's the pitching? And that then too. Okay. Okay. Sweet boy. Alright. Alright. So let's see here. So it looks like our Air Force is currently updating. Economic resurgence. The Wall Miners of Farrison. The Wall Miner Society is a simple, communal, tribalistic. They are also openly hostile to anyone who is not them. Maybe it is this bond they share with the old Enclave that drove them to not attack the soldiers on sight. Maybe it's the fact that 200 years of killing everyone is getting nothing in return has taught them a lesson or two. Using local translators somehow speak their language, the American envoy is able to at least get them to conduct trade and resources for food fuss. Turns out a lot of them want more than just cape fungus. Interesting note, the next day when our envoy team arrived, there was a massive pile of bodies outside their primary mine, and the mole miners were far more eager to conduct business with us. We are just going to pretend we don't know what that was all about. Alright. And economic resurgence. And united we stand. America was once described as a melting pot of cultures and people. Now, once more, we are a melting pot of people, cultures, and species, all living together in usual harmony. Alright. You hungry? Okay. I will be right back, folks. Just gotta go feed my cat. This should be back in just a moment. So. Okay, and we are back. Sorry about that. Just had to step away to feed the kitties here.
Enclave here.
Alright. Now then. Time to retake Las Vegas. Sorry, Mr. House. Your ownership of Las Vegas is done.
This is Enclave main com.
Alright. Take you.
Enclave here.
Head over to Jacobstown then as
This
well.
is Enclave main com.
Take you
Enclave here.
and have you head this way. Alright.
Outstanding.
And let's change things up here. Of that. Alright, that should do it. We have complete air superiority. Alright. And houses secure trons aren't gonna work too much. Ooh, traders from the southern empires. In the decades that followed the Great War, radiation soaked into the great forests and jungles of South America, irradiating the wildlife and poisoning the air. Jungles drank up the radiation of those horrible warheads, slowly twisting out all recognition into irradiated hellhole. Once tame animals became vicious hunters, and a multitude of snakes and spiders grew in size drastically, preying on each other and the humans that remained. While South America was spared from direct nuclear hits, they suffered terribly from mutated wildlife and failing crops. Survivors of the first decades would slowly regroup on the coast and the Patagonian Plateau into one of the many southern empires. Great raiding groups who controlled vast swaths of territory, always at war with each other and struggling to get by. Not all of those who reside in these southern empires subscribe to their raiding philosophy. However, coastal communities retaining independence through payment of tribute in various factions have become wealthy trade hubs. Trading animal hides, delicious rainforest fruit, and South American city-states have slowly been strengthening their trade links with nations in the Gulf of Mexico, who trade advanced components and scrap metal in exchange. A fleet of trade ships has recently docked in our ports and is offering a rare opportunity to snap up rare commodities. Should act quick. Ask them how to cultivate these troops. And we should pay them to teach us the art of diplomacy. Yeah, do that one. And Whispers of Hope. And that's not what your government can do for you, but what you can do for your country. Alright. And now that we are in New Vegas itself here, tracking the Exclave. For years since the fall of Navarro, there has been another Texas legend, the legend of Colonel Sam Houston V. A descendant of the Enclave gave to Texas to rebuild after the devastating battle. While I may not have no way of knowing, since our records went down with the rig, it's possibly a bastardized tale of a group that fled east to Raven Rock with Dr. Autumn. However, a few of our soldiers, in the form of the Pecos colony, found evidence of a previous Enclave force that passed through. Some of these names sound familiar. Alright. Encountered. Alright. And we'll see how we do on the Texas front here. New Vegas's downfall. For the first time in living memory, the casinos of the New Vegas Strip failed to open for business this morning, largely thanks to the annihilation their annihilation and fierce fighting against the United States. Today's fighting on the Strip raged as Securitrons and mobs loyal to the great families of casinos attempted desperately to prevent their precious city from falling to a hostile power. Ultimately, the Strip was lost, but even then the families of the Strip continued. The Strip continued to stubbornly defend the casinos. Following a direct order from Granite, the casinos were demolished with the last mobsters inside them, much to the dismay of the soldiers keen on looting the riches. The Securitrons, meanwhile, withdrew in the direction of the Mojave's weather monitoring system, although attempts to find them have so far been unsuccessful. Vegas was rebuilt once, and it can be again. And all of our forces are meeting up. And Nellis is under our control now, too. And it's basically left in Jacobstown there, it looks like. Alright. There we go. And New Vegas is ours. Alright. There. Now then. Let's... Oh, actually, looks like we have a bit here. Further restore Nellis, another remnant, Vault 22. And then we can actually get a few different companies here. Mainly Robco, though. Because honestly, I've been wanting that one for a while. Now that we have New Vegas, we have just that. Advanced radar arrays.
This is Enclave main comm.
Alright, show field commanders. Promote you. Alright.
Enclave here.
And we'll put you in charge. Actually, yeah. Let's just get enough commanders to actually fill up all of our roles. And I don't really give a damn if I have to use console commands. Alright. Okay. I'll give you a silver star. And a promotion. Alright.
Enclave here.
Oops. Wrong. What's that? Some of these units are really well decorated.
Enclave here.
Alright. Show field commanders. So I am gonna need a few of them here. Okay.
Enclave here.
There. We got in command here. Oh, lovely. Another one of these. Honestly, I really don't like these ones that, unfortunately hinder the, amount of, people you can have. It's a pain in the ass.
This is Enclave main comm.
Whatever. Honestly, it's better than nothing, I guess. Let's see. Where's the local leader? There. You know what? I got a better idea. It's gonna take a while, obviously, but
Here.
let's take care of all the different awards. Alright. Distinguished Service Award. Alright. Medal of Honor, since they got exceptional bravery there. Alright. Super mutants. Okay. Alright. Distinguished Service Award. Yes, I'm gonna want Distinguished Service for most of them, I think, simply because I'm gonna want a couple of different things for these guys. Alright. Alright. Medal of Honor. Distinguished Service. And Silver Star. Okay. Just that one. Not that many. It's not this one, but will do. Alright. And the Bronze Star. There. That's everything there. Whitehall Company. Distinguished Service is this one. Alright.
Enclave main com.
Now we're gonna be getting into units that have a shit ton of things here. Alright. At least I imagine we will. Division attack. Okay. Took in the siege of Grandview. Siege of the Line. Alright. Okay. And jeez Louise. Yeah, it's gonna take a while here, I think. Okay. Now we're getting into the ones that have a crap ton here. Is that honestly, these guys have been used quite a bit, so. Jeez, and they still have more. Okay. Okay. Distinguished Service. Okay. There's that one. Okay, that should do the trick.
Enclave here.
Let's just check and see
This is Enclave main com.
everything is looking now. Show field commanders. Yeah, this guy absolutely getting a promotion.
Enclave here.
Okay. Seriously? Ah, for crying out loud. Okay, I'm just gonna have to suck it up. If anything, I'll just divide. Actually, it's not a bad idea. Yeah, I'll just do that. Okay. First things first, though, I'm giving this guy a leader trait.
This is Enclave main com.
Alright.
Enclave here.
Field commanders.
This is Enclave main com.
Alright. Thor. How you doing, buddy? That. And
Enclave main com.
I'm gonna need at least one more unit.
Enclave here.
So if I can at least... Oh, sure, that guy is able to command everyone, but the others, no. Okay, but good enough.
Enclave here.
Let's actually
This is Enclave
split
main
up our
com.
units here, though.
This is Enclave main com. Enclave here.
Alright, now then. Where am I putting these? So that if I'm going to war with the Montana Enclave, I need to make sure that we are ready here. Yeah. Good boy. Alright.
This is Enclave main
Let's
com.
get our units ready to go.
Enclave here.
There, you go there.
This is Enclave main com.
Okay.
Enclave here.
Alright.
Enclave here. This is Enclave main com. Enclave here.
There. Get a few more, then I can get some Sigma forces. There grow the plants. Since our return to the Mojave, we've heard rumors of Vault 22. In particular, the notes of Thomas Heldren of the NCR Office of Science and Industry. He spoke about the vault of green plant life that could be an agricultural boon if its secrets could be unlocked. Well, we know the secrets of Vault 22, and it's actually one of our more benign experiments. It should have been a roaring success. Of course, Vault-Tec had to screw it up. For all the horrors of the Vault program, this one was unexpected. With an experiment on pest control fungus, it's caused it to jump from insects to humans. The entire vault was infected with weeks, with only a few escaping into the wasteland. Corpses were reanimated, and the entire vault was written off as a loss with no data. We watched zombie-like spores carriers begin infesting the vault. Still, we could send in a team of scientists with an escort. Perhaps we could recover some data there. Like the NCR, OCI, and Vault-Tec, our labs are best in the wasteland and are more than capable of handling the horrors of the vault. Dispatch team armed with flamers. Actually, let's make sure everything is being cored here properly. And repair the next turbine. Alright. It's gonna be a little while. Ooh, I can send couriers to Vault 37. That'll be good. Then I can just annex that whole area later without having to go to war with them. So we'll continue going down that route there. Meantime, let me redeploy our air power here. Okay. Get those bombers taken care of. Alright. So I want to bring as many planes here as possible up north. Alright. And we got these guys here. And then you bring there to that Air Force base. It is flawed, often chased under its own weight, but has a history of problems and probably will for some time. But for the first time in Earth's history, 5 separate species are living under one nation, with equal protections and most of the time working together for a common goal. A human partners with a ghoul while slanted children play together with wasteland children in the streets, while miners pull out ore supply for a construction project manned by super mutants. At the helm of it all, the President sits before the Stars and Stripes, hoping to have directed the United States to live up to its old creed, having removed the genocidal old ways of the purists and look towards the 2030s with a renewed sense of purpose. All are created equal. Alright, let's see. Still no cybernetics I can do. However, I can do that. And what is out of date here? And it's the airships. Okay. Get that squared away. Ooh, there's a massive Air Force base here. Alright. Wolverines. When we heard that the lands of Dachau and Exile, we expected that they were Chinese escapees from Boulder prisons, or maybe the same way. Or didn't determined elsewhere, and we didn't really care at the Great War. Kind of like the Shi, but homegrown. Well, it turns out they're more like the Shi than we realized, as both nations were remnants of Chinese Special Operations Force deployed on the onset of the Great War to wreak havoc on America. Subsequent destruction of the world by nuclear bombs, it means that their mission ended before it could start, and they had no contact with the commies in China. Of course, that didn't stop them from being ghoulified, trying and failing to recreate what they considered true communism on American soil. Because a series of disagreements over the past 200 years meant that they weren't all that successful, being pushed around by the Iron Lords, the Hand Dogs, and anyone else who decided to pick a fight. And, well, what do you know? Even now, communism doesn't work. Okay. Alright, we'll do that one. And now then, we'll do Freedom Foundries. The army once made everything it needed, weapons, artillery, uniforms. It'll do it again. While it will be slow going, we'll once again build a new, better army for the new world. Intercom. Alright, where are the remaining fighters? Alright. In the Green Mile. Demolition team is moved in, covered by a modified vertebrate armed with flamethrowers. Troops burn their way into the canyon, encountering a variety of hostile flora and fauna before reaching the entrance to the vault. Burning their way in further, the officer in charge discovered that their filters were being filled up at a rapid rate. When they'd been briefed on the spores of the vault, they ordered the team to fall back. Medical team checked them and found they were uninfected, but regardless, it was a good call. The demo team has requested additional filters before heading back in. Our science team has also stocked additional filters on their suits. Keep me posted. Alright, and send nuclear fighters up here, actually. But it's good to know that our airships or fighters are being updated properly. Alright. And now let's bring all these back up here. And we'll spread them out equally. Some later point down the road. Alright. And merge the remaining ones. And we can expand these. Okay. Bring these airships all the way up to the north, so they can probably help us out here. Power front. So we get everything away. Little vault of horrors. The army demo team struck the vault once more, this time armed with more flamer fuel, and have largely cleared out the entrance hall. They're reporting the vault is in a massive state of disrepair and the elevator is out. Curiously, the vault is further infested with giant mantises. Though they weren't much of a threat to the soldiers armed with flamers, they've also encountered the spore carriers, torching the mutated beasts well air around them to keep the spores from getting out into their filters. The team is setting up the base camp, second floor oxygen recycling center, with the science team hoping to use the system to unleash a defoliant that should kill all plants and spores within the vault. Thankfully, aside a constant need for new filters, the troops are in good spirits given the effectiveness of fire against the plants. That's good. And we got these other things going. Let's see. Is anything else at the moment? Not really. Okay. However, have we deployed all of our... Okay, it looks like we have not. This looks like we do still have a few. South appears. Stick them there. And defenses are online. But at least we are getting our fighters now back in the air. Or at least we will be. Alright, radio communication. Alright. We'll pause that for now. 3. There. Alright. That'll do it. Ah, we got a few going on here. We'll do the Colonel Houston one. We got word from Munis near El Paso. Colonel Sam Houston the 5th and his forces have been found. They've been hiding in the derelict vault for the past couple of years, slowly rebuilding their numbers. They were quite surprised to see Enclave troops walking around, even more searching for them. He claims that he was about to start operations to begin with his own campaign similar to ours, just that the starting conditions weren't right. We also found evidence that they might have taken up raiding against some of the local towns, but the evidence is anecdotal at best. Having himself been forced to take in wasteland Americans to bolster his own troop numbers, he's on board with our reformist ways and is eager to return to active service and rejoining America. Awesome possum. Start. Get arsenals up and running, revive the Army Corps of Engineers. That we shall do.
This is Enclave main comm. Enclave here.
Alright, and we got a few
This is Enclave main
units
comm.
here. Alright.
Enclave here.
Alright. Texas Reds. What areas need that extra security? Go anywhere, actually. We'll put them here. Alright. Wait for them to get back. Okay. Oh, what's
Enclave
this?
here.
Oh! I forgot about this unit.
This is Enclave main comm.
Good, I won't have to actually redeploy
Enclave main
things
comm.
here then. Oh. Create another army here. Okay. Show our field commanders. And we'll put more units in command.
Enclave here.
Might actually be... Nope, he is not. Okay.
Enclave here.
Alright, and one more.
Enclave here.
Mm-hmm.
Enclave here.
Yeah, that'll do. And put them there. And we do need another field commander. This will be the last one, though. Won't need to do anything else, thankfully. Alright.
Enclave here.
Alright. And back up to the top. There. And composite plating. And economic resurgence. They are not a case of the green thumb. One of our scientists was trying to repair the elevator when he was ambushed by a spore carrier that was sleeping in some plants nearby. The suit was breached and he suffered severe lacerations to his leg and arm before the soldiers arrived and burned the spore carrier. He was rapidly evacuated to one of our medical centers, but we didn't think he was infected with the spores, but we can't be sure. Security has been doubled, and the officer in charge has instructed his troops to burn the areas of plant overgrowth. The members of the science team is confident that they could get the old oxygen recycling system working to spread the defoliant. Alright. Alright. Here's command. What else do I really need at this point, honestly? Entertainment broadcasts. Time to play some new songs because we've heard enough of Johnny Cash. We've heard Johnny Cash quite enough. Okay. And to engineering. There we go. Get that taken care of. And we'll just make sure that things good enough here. Alright. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Alright. Oop, wrong base. Eagles fly. After several successful weeks of work, we not only recreated the bald eagle, we've made it even better. We've made it the largest bird of prey in of the pre-war era, gave it the ability to live anywhere in the United States, and set its prey to be species such as cazadors and stingwings. We have also set them to not see humans as prey, since they can easily pick up a small child. But that's besides the point. Today, several hundred were released for the first time in many ways, set to repopulate America's bird across the continent. Journalists have reported they were awe as it soared into the skies, symbolizing the very spirit of the reunited states itself. No, I'm not crying, it's just dust in my eye. And Robco. The robots of Rodco litter the waste and were all a hazard to many of the scavengers the caravan guard alike. Sending shutdown codes to recognize sources could save lives. Many more are in a state of disrepair and could soon be a boon to scrappers and salvagers. But long story short, we now own Robco. And H&H Tools as well. So. And now we actually have the ability to create Securitrons. Alright. And, oh my, we can actually send vertibirds not pretty far. We'll send the vertibirdies somewhere else, I think. Oh, right. That's because I'm not deploying all of them. Okay. And here. Okay. Now, if I redeployed. Okay, so here's lamps. I'll send them here, I guess. Alright. Now then. Let us just check, make sure everything's in quick order. Looks like it is. Let us drop the save here then. Because I would rather not forced into doing something, but let us now declare war on them. Said there can only be one Enclave, and that is going to be us.
Enclave here. This is Enclave main comm.
Alright.
This is Enclave main comm.
Now,
Enclave here.
here we are. Them to head that way.
Enclave here.
Head out as far and as fast as you can. Alright.
Enclave here.
And they are here as well. Okay. Yeah.
This is Enclave main comm.
There. Just make sure I... Crap, I did.
Enclave here.
Now, let's quickly rush them over here to try and stem the tide, but, whatever. Now, let's move our heads. Let us get things going. Alright. And there they go. Now the command is under our control. And we shall have you just march north. Alright. And deal with South Columbia here. essentially just try and make sure that everyone is getting in on the action in some way. Okay. Get that taken care of. Alright. Oh. Actually, yeah, have you do that. And more fighters standing by. And Pendleton. Okay. Alright, good.
Enclave here.
Now we have things going.
Enclave here. This is Enclave main comm.
Let's actually...
This is Enclave main comm. Enclave here.
Okay, and redeploy.
Enclave here.
This war might take a while.
Enclave here. Enclave here.
Alright. You folks head back towards the steam.
Enclave here.
Yeah.
This is Enclave main comm.
And they're still deploying. Okay. Have you guys head to Yellowstone.
Enclave here.
You
This is Enclave main comm.
Alright. And you go there. Essentially just have everybody go. Seymour versus Ancient Orange. Lead scientists in Vault 22 program have informed us that she and her team have got recycling system working and are starting to pump the defoliant through the vault. In other news, soldiers made an assault on the 3rd floor, burning out as much of the space and spore carriers down there. The commander has noted that their filters are requiring this change, meaning our efforts at torching the place are reducing the level of spores infesting the vault. After the rest and refit, he plans on leading the assault on the 4th level of the vault, hoping to, by then the defoliant has done its job. Okay.
This is Enclave main comm.
I'll just have to do it manually, I think.
This is Enclave main comm.
Okay. Thunder in the Pacific. The discovery of Chinese ghouls has brought forth talk that maybe, quite possibly, China survived as well. The mere existence of the Enclave gives credence that thought and our knowledge of the secret dark past means that they quite possibly will have less than good intentions. We hope to play them off until word returned from one of our trade ships docked in Hawaii in the harbor, was docked with a large sailboat and was flying the flag of China. Nothing happened between the two, though the captain reports of stares between their sailors and ours. Being, of course, our trade ships flew the flag of the United States. The ships were soon underway without incident, but words got out and is spreading like wildfire. Many have raised petition and even funds for an expedition across the Pacific to see if maybe, just maybe, China survived. Several issues with such an expedition are being addressed, but the most Pressing issue is most of us don't actually know Chinese. And thank God for the Chinese. For the Shi, yeah, we'll do that one.
Enclave here.
Alright. And we have taken Missoula. Alright. Okay, looks like we... a little bit of overcrowding here. We'll have to fix that. Some of these aircraft back down here. All that's left are the bugs. The assault team has made its way down to level 4 commons areas, immediately reporting that defoliant did its job. Much of the plant life is dead and decaying. What little is left there are happily burning up. They came across possibly a dozen spore carrier remains, all dead by the defoliant, and have unceremoniously burned the bodies. The only real threat come from the giant mantises that populate the lower ends of the vault, hardly a problem for power-armored soldiers. The science team has moved down and set up the old vault overseer's office, and have begun taking air sample readings to determine if it's safe to breathe in the vault. In a promising update, the injured scientist has returned to duty, thankfully not being infected or injured, and is ready to get back to work. Alright.
Enclave here. Enclave here. Enclave here.
And things to work.
This is
This
Enclave main
end.
com. I see.
Get that going. We'll split half the forces, have them just head this way. Oh, thankfully, it looks like things are going relatively smooth so far. Honor the First Amendment. If other lands, the press, books, literature of some kinds are censored, we must redouble our efforts there to keep them free. Alright. And Yellowstone is in our hands once again.
This is Enclave main com. Enclave here. Enclave here. Say that again.
Alright. And bringing everything back here.
This is Enclave main com. This is Enclave main com.
Alright. And we'll have these guys recapture all that.
Enclave here.
You gentlemen as well can assist follow this. Get that taken care of.
Enclave here.
Alright.
I see.
Have them head that way.
Enclave here.
With the other half going here too.
Enclave here.
Alright. And fighting through. And more areas being built up. Awesome possum.
This is Enclave main com. Enclave here.
Alright. And it looks like we have taken out the vast majority of... Ah, shit. They have managed to land in Seattle.
Enclave here.
Or at least the Seattle area here. Not for long.
Enclave here.
Especially now that most of their fleet appears to be in the bottom of the Puget Sound. Especially given the fact that we have carriers and actual battleships. Is that their fleet does not stand a chance in hell. Pest control. The assault team has reported that they have entered the caves beneath the vault. They were beaten back only not only by high spore count, but the amount of spore carriers, plants, and mantises in the caves beneath. The officer has requested that the defoliant be deployed down there as well, and barrels of the stuff are being prepared by the chemical corps. Science team, meanwhile, has begun research into the vault and its food production capability. Seems a secret, too. The vault's expansive flora is none other than the Beavriera Mortisana. I guess that causes this mess. We hope that maybe it was a side effect. It's a major step back. We can't handle a fungus that turns people into plant zombie hybrids in the hopes that they can grow more food.
Enclave here.
Alright.
Enclave here. Enclave here.
And it looks like we managed to defeat that little incursion. Actually, let's tighten our naval presence here, actually. Have them stop patrolling the rivers. And actually do what they need to do over here. I'd rather them not be able to. Best ones haven't fallen through. And we'll cut our losses. Alright. There we go.
This is Enclave main comm.
There.
Enclave main comm.
Advanced data. Internal rotary battery
This is Enclave main
system.
comm. Enclave here.
Alright, we'll just have them go straight for the MacArthur Air Force Base. So, honestly, should be able to defeat them once we get there. Though I'm surprised we have not taken that many casualties.
Enclave here.
Alright. Now, let us get things back on track here. There. So, yeah, we have basically taken out their most, if not all, of their fleet at this point. Okay. Okay.
This is Enclave main comm.
And now they're power to the Warrens. Oh, shit, I completely forgot to do the thing I needed, so we'll deploy our teams here. Alright. And let's prepare another Delta rocket launch. Alright, and we got more mini nukes that are being ready to be deployed.
Enclave here.
Alright.
Enclave here. Enclave here.
That's done.
Enclave here.
And we're slowly making our way to the rest of Montana.
Enclave here.
Let's have them head to Steeltown.
Enclave here.
Alright.
Enclave here.
And have them head this way then too. Just go straight through, take them out. So fortunately, While the passes are a bitch, we do have quite a bit of areas here under our command. And bottle caps for all. It's a testament to our economic prowess that commerce no longer relies on bottle caps. Take care of that one.
Here.
And be the end of the cap system.
You can say that again. Ah, that's a new
And
one.
take Buffalo.
This is Enclave main comm.
Burned to the roots. After a liberal application of defoliant flamers and even a few incinerators we found, the caves around the vault have been cleared. Casualties remain low. Sadly, one of the engineers was ambushed by a pack of spore carriers. Those carriers were quickly turned to ash by quick-acting troops nearby. Air quality tests have found no trace of the spores, but demolition teams are standing by. Flamers in hand, and scientists conduct more sample tests. Last thing we need is a spore carrier and power armor. During clear operations, we encountered a ghoul stranded in the cave. She was raised in the area, thus she didn't inhale any of the defoliant. The ghoul, a scientist named Kelly, wasn't expecting the cavalry to save her and is grateful to be rescued. She has offered her expertise to our science team, having been studying the vault for the former NCR Office of Science and Industry, and is thankful we aren't trying to use Kana to grow crops. What's more, she thinks she can assist leading our scientists in development. Yeah. Go for it, Doc. And they're still not giving up, eh?
Enclave here.
Alright. Case.
Enclave here. Enclave here.
Just continue taking as many areas as we can, I suppose. They are persistent. I will give them that. But soon Montana will be ours, and there's not really anything that they can do about it. Alright. You know what? Let's roll out the implants. To expand our hold and whatnot. Okay.
Enclave here.
Where? What?
Enclave here.
Oh, they managed to recapture Yellowstone. I did not even realize that. Alright.
Enclave here.
Let's have them retake Yellowstone. I thought that was completely under our control. I did not realize that they had broken through.
This is Enclave main comm.
Economic resurgence. The expedition begins. En route to Hawaii. The route to Hawaii was calm and without incidents. Only a few sightings of ghoul whales and krakens to keep the gun crews alert and responsive. Near the islands, however, radar picked up several large unidentified ships moving at high speed. Too high for the vessels of the Kingdom of Hawaii. Our captain has reported seeing several ships flying the flag of China and are closing in. They don't appear to be on an intercept course. However, the image of our captain sent us indicates that they are not civilian vessels. And keep us posted. Okay. How close are they capitulating now? Yeah, they're getting there.
This is Enclave main comm.
Alright. Yeah.
This is Enclave main
Seriously?
comm. This is Enclave main comm.
Alright. Break the lines and... Alright. And Northern Control has now capitulated.
Enclave here.
Alright. Now we just have this area here. Take control. And we'll be back in business.
Enclave here.
Flashpoint. Our captain has reported that she circles the waters for several days and has the Chinese fleet Robco Translate is acting a bit buggy, but for the most part, it can translate what we need. The language barrier hasn't eased tensions any, with many within our expedition getting anxious of sneak attack. Observe for support of crewmen running around on their decks, possibly preparing weapons. Our captain has requested on what exactly we want to convey to the Chinese fleet. Broadcast peaceful intentions now. Peace. Peace can change. As the Shi continued to converse with the Chinese ships, they agreed to come alongside. For the first time in 200 years, descendants of the Shi Huangti look upon their fellows, who are as equally perplexed to see Chinese members alongside the American crew. After several emotional moments from the Shi, the commander of the Chinese ships approached our captain. With the Shi translating, we were able to describe onto holotape. Greetings from the Democratic People's Empire of China. We are pleased to see that you have also survived the great mistake. After a few awkward gestures of bows and handshakes, as well as discovering both them and ourselves were about to open fire, the delegations talked along through the night. They spoke of China's own vault program, the remnants of the Red Army, and even Mongolian raiders. But were far more interested in the Shi, whom couldn't believe survived the great mistake. By daybreak, spirits remained high when a messenger from the Imperial House offered a treaty of peace and commerce on behalf of the People's Democratic Empire and desire for the Emperor to meet the President. Apparently, there is quite a market for Nuka-Cola in China nowadays. Yeah, that we shall do. Wait until you try Sunset Sarsaparilla.
Enclave here.
Alright. And now our forces are heading north to reclaim our Canadian territories here. Looks like that is pretty much done now. Okay. And Vault 37 becomes a federal commonwealth. Deploy all those. Alright, fix the broken codes. Okay. And the Great White North. The Northern Commonwealth holds within it a vast wealth and power. Power and wealth that can be used to power our reborn country. Oh, what? Can I not do that yet? Oh, I'm still in the process of doing other ones. Okay, so it just means that I can do other things, but I will do that one next. Economic resurgence. Great news.
Enclave here.
Now then. Yeah, it's gonna be a little while yet, I think, before
Enclave main com.
actually done. The end of bottle caps. Bottle caps were an ingenious solution to the wasteland's problems. How do you create a currency with no government? The original bottle caps were backed by potable water from the hub because the bottle caps could not be replicated in post-war conditions. They had fixed score value. But as the wasteland's economy grew, the limited supply of bottle caps meant more goods were chased, less money, discouraging economic growth. With the return of old glory to the waste, the government can impose rational currency worth whatever the government says it's worth. Wait, isn't this why the candy bars cost $1,000 before the war? Alright, so that's done. Oh, and I can't actually do that one yet. Okay. In that case... Yeah, restore Navarro's defenses. Navarro's automated defenses were destroyed in the NCR siege, and further wrecked by the Brotherhood of Steel and NCR started shooting each other. It's going to take a lot to get them back to operational status.
Enclave here. Enclave here.
Okay. That's...
Enclave here.
Get some people lined up here. 'Cause I think... Actually, better idea. Not the pass keepers. Let's actually...
Enclave here.
people lined up here. And just attack the people in the plains.
Enclave main comm.
Get things squared away here.
This is Enclave main comm. Enclave here.
Alright.
This is Enclave main comm. This is Enclave
Rest
main
these
comm.
units. Throw them in here.
Enclave here.
Alright. Alright. Get things squared away. And the rocket's ready. Alright. And we'll hold off on that for now, I think. Alright. And the meeting of giants. The Navy expected nothing escorting the president to Hawaii, where the meeting was agreed to take place, with the largest and most decorated ships of the fleet. The president rode in ease and comfort aboard, further guarded by the Secret Service, Marines, and Army Rangers. Upon arrival on Marine 1, Granite Vertibird was met with fanfare by King Kamehameha the 21st, who likewise was honored to meet the President of the United States. Within hours of arriving, the Chinese fleet was sighted. While most of the ships were not as impressive as their American counterparts, save for one. This centerpiece, a massive aircraft carrier, King Kamehameha noted to the President that this was the Emperor's personal ship, indicated the Emperor had been to Hawaii before. As it docked in Pearl Harbor, Americans lined up to meet the Chinese, who disembarked, drums beating as procession led up to a single floating platform that led to what could only be assumed as the Chinese Emperor. As the floating chair came down, it halted before the President and the Hawaiian King. Stepping off, Granite was amazed to see a ghoul standing several inches shorter. In heavy accented English, the ghoul spoke. Greetings, I am President Hong Di of the Democratic People's Empire of China. On behalf of the reunited States of America, it is an honor. And Fate of the Dragon. Aside the customary meeting and various photo ops for both the American and Chinese press, the two sat down and hosted King Kamehameha the 21st, Granite and Huang Di, spent much of their time speaking of the history of their two countries. While Granite was sure to avoid some of the darker secrets, Huang Di seemed enthralled by the story of how America reunited under the Stars and Stripes and seemed intrigued at the concept of super mutants. Controversially, the People's Republic never recovered. Their own vault programs were meant to provide for the war effort rather than to allow the survival of a nuclear holocaust. However, the CCP Master Vault was destroyed by marauding U.S. Army military remnants. Thus, the vaults were left to themselves, and for 150 years were separate kingdoms under their own rule. It wasn't until 2243 that an effort led by the greatest vaults attempted to reunite China to restore it to its former glory. Marrying new and old, the Democratic People's Empire of China was born from the ashes of the old world as something more. Suffice to say, when the trade ships reported seeing vessels flying the Stars and Stripes, he was quite worried about opening old wounds that could see the world destroyed again. Upon receiving peaceful overtures, however, he is glad America has come into the new world a better country, and not a land of genocidal maniacs stuck in the past, locked into their views of the old world. Oh boy, that's a little on the nose there, actually. But America has learned from the war. The end of the war. Stories and meals come to an end. The event comes upon everyone. While the Great War was an epoch event that saw the deaths of billions, the destruction of cultures, and unmitigated eradication of nearly every species, the end seems so trivial. This paper was simple text stating that the U.S. and China cease hostilities, wish to begin a new era of peace. The event were too far from the past to assign blame, and at this point, what does it even matter? As the Emperor prepares his own pen, Granite looks down at the paper and reflects on the events that had happened and the events to come. And we will do the Great War. The Great Mistake is over. The end of the Great War. With the stroke of the pen, the Chinese emperor and American president ended a century of conflict and the 200 years of destruction it wrought. Cheers went up from the Americans, Chinese, and Hawaiian members of the crowd, though to some the moments seemed bittersweet. While hostilities are over, it seems almost pointless in the modern day. From the Mongol raider plagued wastes of the Gobi or the super mutant cannibal forests of Oregon, the idea of peace seemed superfluous. The Great War lasted just 2 hours, obliterated the Earth, and neither China nor the USA at the end of the war with each other since. Yet, even as the President and Emperor shake hands for the camera, one can't help but feel hope. Hope for a return to civilization, a return to stability, and that the two greatest powers of the old world could, just maybe, make something anew. Main Street, USA, in China. So as festivities continued, the question came up about American forces in China. After some talks, it became clear that most of the armed forces devolved into raiders that died off over the years or perished in a desperate attempt to return home. All others integrated with the Chinese or their Chinese counterparts over the centuries. However, the center of all American activity in China, Shanghai, maintained a sizable American presence and culture not too unlike San Francisco. Over the years, the descendants built a mirror image of the United States, representing its pre-war ideals, all the while melding with Chinese culture. Already many Americans are eager to visit the city, and many of the Chinese delegations are just as eager to visit San Francisco. Very nice.
Enclave main com.
Alright. And continue heading north here.
Enclave here.
Economic resurgence. Alright, and we'll do that one. Punish the troops for their war crimes. We'll always do that. And our scavengers return triumphant.
This is Enclave main com. This is Enclave main com.
Alright. And now just do that. Alright. And power on the remaining areas. Alright. And let's launch the rocket. Actually, let's deploy it at Chugwater, I say. American astronauts proceed with a number of tests. Once complete, the rocket landed. Okay, so it's the same damn thing that we saw before. Good to know. And an economic resurgence. And okay. And early warning systems. With our centralized command and control, we need to be ready for whatever the wasteland throws at us in the future.
Enclave main com.
Alright. And we'll continue with that.
Enclave main com. Enclave here. Enclave here.
Alright. And these guys head this way. Try and break the hold on the area here.
Enclave here.
Alright.
Enclave main com.
There.
Enclave here.
And American power is returning to Canada.
Enclave here. Enclave here.
And we'll get them head to New Victoria here. And we'll head to Duncan. Okay.
Enclave here.
World weapon schematics. That's interesting.
say that again.
Alright, let's head back up here. Take care of these air bases here. Make sure they are done.
This is Enclave main comm.
Alright.
Enclave here. Ah, that's a no one.
Yeah, just have them all head south here. Chain gun mechanics. Alright. Super heavy.
Enclave here.
Alright. Oh, I didn't realize I need to build up the cybernetic implants. Okay. Get that taken care of. And boost that all the way up to our #1 priority. Alright. And vigilance. Forever vigilant. Pre-war United States had a series of powerful radar arrays positioned around the country that allowed early warnings of incoming bombers and missiles. It was these very same sites that detected birds in the air that relayed to NORAD. While we weren't expecting another dastardly attack, we don't know what is beyond our borders. Sea traders to the south of the Inca and their war fleets, that there's the Chicago threat, and lastly, there's no telling what will become of Europe. Alright. So that's done. Horizon shield sites. James vulnerable, if not for the occasional bomber glider, but sabotage as well. We should take stock, better defend our radar as much as possible. Sentinels seem to be able to detect incoming threats far above me. These are mutually exclusive, though. Actually, the nuclear question. The world discovered a nuclear fire. What is more, America nearly died in a second nuclear blast that destroyed the rig. The question now is, what to do with our nuclear arsenal.
This is Enclave main comm. Enclave here.
The result of the Great War. Ever since the Treaty with China, scholars and historians document the events leading to this day, as well as learning whatever we could about the Democratic People's Empire of China, and that they are not the People's Republic of China. While they trace their lineage, culture, and infrastructure, and even elements of the government from the People's Republic, they are different. Most obviously, the fact that they have an emperor, along with some other feudal-style leadership that run out of their versions of their vaults, which apparently are 3 times as big as our largest vault. With all that being said, we come to a single conclusion. Go on. We technically won. Being the People's Republic was destroyed in the Great War, and the Communist Chinese Party was destroyed by marauding U.S. forces, they didn't survive. They're in the U.S. government, in the form of the Enclave on the oil rig, survived the Great War, and returned to reforge the United States on the mainland. Thus being the PRC ceased to exist, and the United States continued unbroken through the Enclave, we won the Great War, also known as World War III. And we could do this one. We won, but at what cost? Yeah, we'll do that one, just because it gives us some better benefits.
Enclave main comm.
Alright.
Enclave here.
And the Ad Victorium group is heading into New Victoria. Alright. Yeah. Give them a silver star for that one.
This is Enclave main comm. Yeah.
Alright.
This is Enclave main comm. This is Enclave main comm.
Alright.
Yeah, you can say that again.
And we'll take the remaining bases here then too. Home in the mountains. Fly, you go fly. Ah, perfect. And now we these, and we'll take them all back. Alright. Home in the mountains. That's good. And what else? So I do want to just get what's left here. Alright. And we'll declare war on both of these. And these guys too. Because why not just declare war on both, take them all out? Alright.
Enclave here.
Take that.
Enclave here.
Essentially just take everything we can. Alright.
Enclave here.
And here we go. Now we can actually get everything going. Taken care of. And yeah, we'll just do those. Okay. For... You know what? I'm actually just gonna annex these ones. Because it's starting to be a little bit of a pain. Plus, I want to kind of wrap things up here as quickly as we can. There. Alright. Now. Good news, though, is that we have pretty much secured our victory in this particular campaign. Alright. I did not realize just how many territories they had here. Alright. There. That'll do. Forgot one more construction site right there. Alright. And yeah, essentially, since these two are at war with each other, I am essentially going after them all at the same time here. Oh, I thought they already were with us, so that's good to know.
Enclave here.
Alright.
Enclave main com.
It eats radiation. The Arcana revealed some interesting insights. While it is a deadly and horrible fungus that could be purged from the records, it did have one quality. The damn thing eats radiation. Sort of. The vault contained far less radiation than was normally expected of a dilapidated vault. What's more, the plants growing around the vault, they seem to be unaffected by radiation from the surrounding countryside. After a close study, the fungi was observed performing radiosynthesis, metabolizing ionized radiation, effectively eating it, and even shielding the rest of the vault. It will take our biologists some time to transfer this ability to a safer, non-mutating form of fungus, but this breakthrough could lead us to cleaning the various radiation pockets that dot the landscapes, even eradicating radstorms that still plague the landscape. There's more. The scientist, aside from around the edges at first, has gotten on well with our team. Air shared some insights in plants of Vault 22. She tested and perfected some food additive that seems as mild stimulant in humans, completely harmless. Seems we were even able to salvage the food problem with the vaults as well. Cool. Alright. So we got that going on. The nuclear question. Granite had a decision before him, one not seen since Truman first gave the order that started this long circus show. The NDOC and NORAD are recovering nuclear weapons left and right, but the question on many lips was whether to arm the bombs or destroy them. Many argued that the myriad threat of the wasteland from Chicago to beyond necessitated the need for nuclear weapons, and who knows would come across the threat of a soldier in power armor and rifle couldn't handle. Others were against using the same weapons at the end of the old world, pointing out that eventually there would be a time when the idea of using nuclear bombs would seem palatable, just like on the onset of the Great War, and we would have learned nothing. The President's desk at 2 executive orders, drafted up by staffers, left for the President to ponder what to sign in the fate of the wasteland's future. And given the fact that we are at peace with China, we will do this executive order to dismantle our nuclear arsenal. Alright, so now... Great White North. The Northern Commonwealth holds within a vast wealth of power. Power and wealth, so... Get that one done. So we can take care of things. And the American army is rolling in. Now, yeah, looks like we are not at war with the Strata Commune. So, yeah, that won't be happening anytime soon.
Enclave here.
Alright. But the good news is that we're at least making really good progress here, as our tanks are just rolling across the Canadian prairie.
Enclave main com.
Alright. Get rid of things here. Boys in power armor are just doing their thing. Actually,
Enclave main com.
let's start
Enclave
deploying
main
our
com.
forces this way, shall we?
Enclave here.
Actually, yeah, let's start getting these guys
Enclave
ready
main
too.
com.
Alright. There.
Enclave main com.
Alright, and welcome back from ads here, folks.
Enclave here.
Yeah. And they're making their way to the north here. Yeah, good. It looks like we do have city coming in on us, so Okay. Or Vault 37, I guess I should say. Where are...
Enclave here.
Yeah, we'll just have them keep going that way. And last one here.
Enclave here.
And now we're getting into the main meat and potatoes here, it looks like.
Enclave here.
Alright. Yeah, we are. Good time. There are those. Any over here? Nope. Okay. Alright.
Enclave here.
Yeah. Ah. The Great White North. Way up in the Great Northern Commonwealth. What drives people to the Great North? The adventure, the sights, the untapped riches that lie beneath its mountains. Maybe it's the sights of Yellowstone National Park. Whatever the reason, the president has announced the formation of the Great Northern Commonwealth and has announced a program to sponsor any and all individuals and their families for working projects, as well as security for various postings that can't be covered by the U.S. Army at its current time. There is also a prospect of caravan routes opening in the far north, and many caravans are introducing higher wages for security. Yes, it's cold. Alright. Now then, we do have this area here. Get that taken care of. And we'll do these ones. And Duchy of Lindbergh has beaten our encryption, but honestly, at this point, it's pretty much a game over for them, I'd say. It's that we're pretty much just wrapping things up, honestly. Stripping the vaults. As we reclaim America, there's a great deal we can gain from the pre-war vaults, and we can use them for their original purpose. Alright.
This is Enclave main comm.
Doing all that good stuff.
Enclave here. This is Enclave main comm.
You know what? Let's just get things going here.
That's going.
Them head to Brandon here. Vancouver, McGregor, Port Prairie, Starbuck. All the way over here. Honestly, it's taken too damn long. I just need our forces to make progress.
Enclave here.
And super heavy. Over here. There we go.
Enclave here.
Pipestone. That's interesting. Didn't know there was a pipestone in this area here.
This is Enclave main comm. This is Enclave main comm.
We stand for Heaven's Gate. St. Michael and his flock within the lands of Heaven's Gate attempted to spread the word of God, deemed unholy lands filled with sinners and pagans. Fortunately, St. Michael considered a lot of people unholy sinners and pagans. Despite claiming to heed the word of God, he failed to realize that. God bless the Enclave, God bless America. So Kaiser failed to stop him. Okay. As for fighting, took over his flock. Callahan never said he was full reformist, just a loyal patriot who was following orders. His plans for St. Michael he saw fitting, and others say is horrifying. For St. Michael wasn't put to death for his crimes, despite many who wished to see it. Lay in a cell, he was defined belligerent, and saw American law as below the Lord's law, which is all what he was answered to. He spoke that his actions were the word of the Lord, but only his narrow militaristic view of the law. He was charged with crimes against humanity, but not sentenced to death. Instead, he was sentenced for preaching his sermons to his most loyal followers for the rest of his day. Why? Callahan shoved his brain in modified robo brain chassis and set it up with where he must constantly speak for eternity to his feathered flock, who have all met the same fate. He will be held in prison until his servos and systems fail to collapse, which, by our estimates, will be a few hundred years. Okay. In Germany 5:11, you shall not misuse the name of the Lord God, for the Lord will not hold anyone guiltless who misuses his name. If ever a man acts prudently toward his neighbor, so as to kill him craftily, you take him even to my altar, that he shall may die. Neither of these really do anything, so I'll just do that one. Vestas Project. Before the Great War, Poseidon Energy began to tap the magma underneath Yellowstone's caldera with the world's largest geothermal plant. The ecologists refused to finish their great work, but we are in charge now. If activated, Hephaestus could power the region with sort of Hoover Dam for the north. Unlike Poseidon, we weren't interested in corporate greed, nor are we willing to cut corners anymore. We have the best minds of the Enclave, the followers, and the NCR at our disposal. The project can be easily completed without disturbing Yellowstone's natural beauty, which instantly took a massive hit by the fallout from the Great War. And we'll light up the north. Then was Holy Quest. The old country and attempt at civilization was born in Vault 100. Those insidious tests exposed half the vault to radiation that survived turned to ghouls, and those who didn't go feral in the old country, the humans of Vault 11, however, went to form the Rot Purgers, a raider faction that terrorized Western Washington and Crusader to remove the afflicted that mutated the vault compartments. By now, however, they were forced to be reckoned with in Washington, or were until we showed up. Much of their fanatical members lay dead before our feet, and those who survived are ranting about their leaders who will save them. Granted, when one of them is a self-styled raider crusader, some mutated women from the lake, and someone who gets his information out of an 8-ball toy, we aren't concerned. They could kill me. Strange women and 8-balls distributing knowledge. No. Barren lands. Trade caravans going through former barren. How many more do we have here? Not stupid. Okay. And show him how we did it in New Reno. Yeah, streets cast for today to shook when the Bailey Stockyard house erupted in thunderous explosions that wiped the building out. Rescue crews from the U.S. Army and Fire Services Commission were put to the scene to try and put out the flames and rescue survivors. The cause of the blast is yet to be determined, but initial reports seem to indicate that stockpile of demolitions are prematurely detonated, sending parts of the building miles. 15 are dead, with 3 survivors. Alright. And now we can secure nuclear warheads. Alright. And we can arm our mini nukes. Get that going. And plasma discharger. Alright.
Oh, lovely.
Things are making good time, honestly.
Enclave here.
The Great Winter War Memorial. That's interesting.
Enclave here.
Alright.
Enclave here.
Hauler. Have these guys
This
head
is
to the
Enclave main
Imperial.
com.
And the Imperial Palace is now ours again.
Say that again.
And just have them take over every basic area here, honestly.
Enclave here.
Alright. And the Stratacom unit has fallen to us. I didn't realize they were actually that close on edge already. Whatever.
This is Enclave main com.
It's a base city.
This is Enclave main com.
Some 43 divisions. Damn. You know what? Let's actually just start integrating them into the United States. No. It's about that time. Alright. There.
This is Enclave main com. Enclave here.
Where's the...
This is Enclave main com.
Here we are. Have them head to Hudson Bay City. Better living underground. The vaults weren't exactly designed to save anyone. They were designed to save American eternity, to help America lead this world in surviving the desolate planets. Many vaults are failing after 200 years, but there's still plenty of industrial gear we can refurbish and maintain. But some scientists have suggested we can always do more research. Knowledge is the greatest treasure. We put those fusion plants into our cities. We'll do that one, actually. And we are actually pretty much at the end of our industry pool here. Alright. And let's see here. Over the horizon. Powerful radar systems that will be able to detect incoming threats far and above than all our wasteland is able to achieve. And economic resurgence.
This is Enclave main com.
Alright.
Enclave here.
Let's go that way. Just straight through everything here.
Enclave here.
Alright. It's not what your government can do for you. The families of Vegas. New Vegas is one of the richest cities in the West, but also under influence of some powerful families. With our economic growth, they've begun to spread influence beyond New Vegas, and we need to decide what to do. Families face the threat of the law and go legit. Sergeant Dornan leads the Blue East to break the families. Let's see. Yeah, out with the old. And we'll punish the troops for any more crimes they've committed.
Enclave here.
Alright.
Ah, that's a no one.
And we'll just have them go straight for Duck Mountain. Kind of a interesting name for this whole thing. And Mark II implants are complete, along with all these areas here. is done. Alright. And we're just gonna Diplo annex that area. I don't really want to have to deal with it. Alright. And that's done. And we have 50 days then until the next area is complete.
Enclave here.
And we'll get these areas ready.
This is Enclave main com.
So I think I'm just gonna declare war on everyone that's left here. Alright.
Enclave here.
Yeah, go there. Alright, and move to adaptive interface.
This is Enclave main com.
And economic resurgence in Regina. Alright. And we'll at least as many of the states here as we can accord. Alright. And we've got some of these other areas here. Make sure every Canadian province here is going to be cored so that everything is good to go. Alright. And we got more areas here. Perfect. Alright. And that's done. Alright. And we need to get more implants constructed here, it looks like. Though in hindsight, maybe I shouldn't have gone for the implants here, but whatever. Alright. Boomers. Nellis Air Force Base. Since Vault 34, the tribe that came to Boomers took relative care of Nellis. Not they did. Perfect. They are done. Yeah, let's actually recall implants from some of our units here, actually. Alright, and is there anything else I can really research? Oh wait, I think I do not have any more robotics. That's actually kind of interesting. Oh, I missed that one. Yeah. And we have the entire U.S. Army coming south here then. Over the horizon is done. And now, National Recon Office. Lesser known agency, the NRO was charged with all satellites pre-war. And with the return of the USSA, the NRO will resume operations, building a better picture of what the world is like post-war. Alright. Now then. I don't really need that. And we can prepare more. And get that going. And restore the naval base in San Diego. Repair that. Alright. Okay. Well, there's a lot that needs to be done yet for the rest of America, it seems. Alright. What direction? Yeah, I think we're pretty much done with research then at this point. Lawrence Liverpool National Lab. Centered Safety Nuclear Weapons. Okay, so this is essentially just gonna talk about the various areas that we are destroying the nuclear weapons, pretty much. So White Sands Research Center, place where it all began when humanity took the road path of the Great War. Nuclear testing in American soil was drawn down to lead up to the Great War. Okay. And recapture Los Alamos. Okay. Fantax secured. This one hit hard. Yeah, I'll read this one. Hidden away in El Morel, Pantex was hit hard by nuclear weapons, and much of the base became an irradiated hellhole after the war. However, the pre-war government knew this, and much of the base's facilities moved underground with the help of Alltech. Sadly, the consistent fail alarms meant no one heeded the warning till the first bomb hit El Morello. And the rest is history. While the surface was largely scoured, underneath it was only irradiated, and we can only fix the easy part. As such, it has become the most important part of the NDOC capture. Priority 1 target and listens commands interception. Neat. Let's just make sure there's nothing else. Although we can actually do that. Don't really need to worry about Mount Rushmore. And let's see. Put one Liberty there. And how long is it until 37 hours? So if I can at least find that. Nope, not there. Okay, so 38 days in-game. Conquer AI, the thing. I mean, I pretty much have already. I've pretty much conquered all the US and Canada is what I can. The only thing that I have here is Mexico, and I've pretty much just had them as a puppet. However, yeah, let's just finish it off. I'm gonna declare war on everyone at once.
Enclave main com.
Let's just finish this. Alright. Call our allies. Alright.
Enclave main
Alright.
com.
Let's just finish this.
Enclave
Because
main
Canada's ours. Everywhere else is ours. This is the last little bit, then we are pretty much going to be done with this campaign then. So, alright. And good timing too, because the reason why I did want to rush the ending here is because of the fact that the modder's actually releasing an update sometime this month, and I just wanted to make sure it was done before things were switched, so.
Enclave here.
Alright. And let's just get everything here. So honestly, given the fact that we have everything here, we should basically dominate the skies. Alright. Civilian unrest in New Vegas. Yeah. Put things down there. Alright. Let me... There. That should do it. And oh boy, do we have a lot of history going. Economic resurgence. That's good.
Enclave maincom.
And we have the entire American army just charging on through here. Alright.
This is Enclave maincom.
Colonel Stevenson wounded.
Excellent!
Callahan falls ill.
This is Enclave maincom.
Alright. National Reconnaissance Office. Pre-war, much of America's spy satellite network was overseen by our National Reconnaissance Office. Before the Great War caused all of our great technological advancement to go airy, the United States satellite network was controlled by the single intelligence agency. Interesting. Alright, so that's done. And... New Monroe Doctrine. Largest power in the West, it is our duty to see that North America remains stable and peaceful land, free from conflict and tyranny of raiders and slavers.
Enclave here.
Interlinked system. Oh yeah, that's right. I've researched everything that I really can at this point, so I don't really need to do anything. Alright. I'm curious, what is the diplomatic status? Nothing. Okay. Thinking they might have had like some sort of diplomacy that they could do, but I guess not.
Enclave here.
Alright. And everyone is being taken over here. Yeah. And there's the first one. Probably going to be a few of these here.
Enclave here.
And economic resurgence.
Excellent! Enclave here. Enclave here.
And there's that one. Alright. We'll take you. Alright.
Enclave here.
One area authority capitulated.
Here.
And now we just need to take out the sanctum here, and the rest shall fall.
This is Enclave maincom.
Or maybe not. There we go. And there we have it. Oh, come on. Really? Alright. Fine. Punish the troops, I guess. Alright. Damn. Okay. Now then, let's make sure that just core all these territories here, because why not? Okay. And the rocket is ready. That's good. And where's the rocket? Okay. Business favor. Close that. Here we are. Launch the Delta rocket. That's what I wanted to do.
Holy shit!
Well, crew got turned into ghouls. I'm serious, a navigation error had them pass too long in one of Earth's Van Allen belts. Within a matter of seconds, they were blasted with enough radiation to kill a man 4 times over. Instead of the sweet release of death, however, they were ghoulified. Skin flaked off, hair fell out, and they have a raspy voice ghouls are known for. The USSA director has terminated the mission, and decontamination teams are standing by to retrieve the Delta 10. And that still leaves the crew. Sorry to hear that. Alright. Economic resurgence. Finally, New Vegas can be dealt with here. Okay. And power up the reactors. Alright. And yeah, honestly, at this point, we're pretty much done. So, I'm just gonna wait for Vault 37 to be annexed into our territory here. It should be happening at some point. Let me... 3 days in-game. Okay. The Why Dam was not as grand as the Hoover Dam, nor technologically marvelous as the Festus project, yet only a fool could see that the old dam was anything but just as vital. Not more so. Infrastructure, the whole swaths of Midwest can now be powered, expanding range. Nice. And most of our pre-war bases and forts were either stripped clean, rotting away, or overrun by robots or post-war maladies. Usually robots due to the high amount of automation the war with China caused. Places like the Sierra Army Depot are far and few between, which is a great surprise when the Army forces approached the Reclamation Army Depot, secreted by General H-47, who has not only recognized our codes, but recognized us as the Enclave. The good robot general, self-promoted, mind you, has been dutifully carrying out his orders as deputy for the past 200 years, though he's been distracted by mutant escapees and deadline. He is more than happy to relinquish command of the base over to the U.S. Army. His 200 years has not been kind to his circuitry and servo joints. Stand down, General. Your watch is over. Alright. And then we just have to wait 3 more days in-game, and then we can actually get the last of what we need here. Fortunately... And let's do one last check. Make sure that everything has indeed been researched. What's the point? Alright. And Vault 37 is now under our command. At least it should be any moment now. And there we have it. And we'll wait a few more days here, actually, because I do want to see what becomes of Mount Rushmore. Because I know when the Sioux Indians, or whichever tribe that was, I forget, had it, they did blow it up. So I'm curious what it'll say. So maybe it can be restored, I don't know. Alright. But yeah, just 7 days. Although just because I kind of want to. Alright. Alright. And we're gonna slowly core pretty much everything here. But yeah, like I said before, though, I will be getting back to this at some point, because I do want to do this mod again, as the creator of it continues to expand everything further east, because once they are done with the East Coast and everything else, I'm going to want to come back and just see everything here. And we'll just... Oh, and it's October of 2287, so we're essentially now at the point where it was when Fallout 4 began. Mexican liaison. Mexico has suffered hard under the rule of the robotic god. Now that they have come to their feet again, we will bring them the spirit of mutual aid and defense. And just do that. Industrial support. But, yeah, essentially, the United States has been reformed in that 12 years between 2275 and 2287. In this alternate universe of the Enclave, we were able to do that. And here we are. The Church of the Silo. Forward units have encountered a crazed religious cult inhabiting one of our old missile bases. Thankfully, they have no intention of launching the missiles, but instead are realizing and worshipping the radiation, within which, of course, raised some alarm. While they were, at first, friendly, they eventually started shooting at us once we told them to vacate the government property they were trespassing on. Thankfully, their radiation-powered weapons were utterly useless against school infantry, which we were able to rapidly overrun their defenses and secure the site. Our engineers are now working to get the base up and running, adding more missiles to the stockpile that we have in Hopeville. It seems that the United States is back as a superpower, even if we don't have the whole country back. Great. 2 nuclear missile bases. Mount Rushmore. Wildwood has come something legend among the denizens of the Northwest Commonwealth, filled with all sorts of mutated monsters and would-be raiders, or plain old spooky legends, widely avoided. That changed when still snow on the trees when the wind-swept silence is shattered by vertebrates flying in low and secretly sweep. Not far off amongst the mountain, with the faces of the leaders of the old world, lights were affixed to the aircraft continued to hover around it. The granite laser weapons fired chased off any feral ghouls as an engineer began erecting force fields to keep away anything else. Mount Rushmore has been found, having weathered in the storm of the Great War. A single nuclear weapon is on its base, having never gone off. Storm technicians deactivated it. The monument was officially returned to American hands. Fortunately, the nature of the Witherwoods means that it will be some time before it turned full monument to tourist status, but it's great for propaganda. Okay. And in that case, now that we are pretty much done, I'm actually going to do the outro here, then, for this mod, which is actually something that I find to be pretty unique, actually. So, here it is, and I actually won't have to read a damn thing, because it actually does it automatically.
And so, the North American wasteland watched as the old world merged with the new. The wasteland remained forever changed as the specter of the United States rose from the ashes of the Great War and laid claim to the continent once again. Granite, the son of an Enclave veteran and the hero of Arroyo, had taken the Enclave, and with it, its dream to restore America. But what became of it? Did Granite live up to the ideals of the Founding Fathers 500 years ago? Or did he forge a brave new America in the face of this dangerous world the United States found itself in?
Was it worth it?
The ghouls were often treated as outsiders within New California and the rest of America. Some were treasured for their pre-war skills, or pitied for their deformities. Others were feared due to the possibility of going feral. With the coming of the Enclave, Ghouls were integrated into civil society once and for all. Ghouls helped America grapple with its history, for better or worse.
So it goes.
With America saved, Dornan resigned with honors and retired to the Strip, developing cocktails which used Nuka-Cola as a mixer. Dornan's bar, the Oil Rig, would become one of the hottest bars of New Vegas, although there were several HR complaints about his reaction if staff were caught out of uniform.
Patrolling the Mojave almost makes you wish for an atomic agave.
Granite continued on as president for many years before finally stepping down, restarting the tradition of presidential term limits instead of serving for life that had become the way of life in the Enclave. Many asked for him not to, but the president remained adamant. In part was his old age, while the rest was a decline in mental faculties due to years of service to his nation. For a full life of service to the American people, Granite was given the title American of the Century, before finally retiring to a modest abode north of Arroyo, overlooking the Pacific Ocean.
It's the American dream.
And what of the Enclave? The pre-war specter that was the U.S. government that hoped to bring back the United States to the American shores. President Granite buried any and all evidence of the Enclave's previous actions, with the dark truth of the pre-war government and the Enclave buried at the bottom of the sea under the radioactive metal hulk that was the Oil Rig. President Richardson, the man who nearly delivered the world a second Holocaust, was elevated alongside great names like Roosevelt and Lincoln for keeping America alive and well. For a time, this saved face for the United States, who maintained their legitimacy in the eyes of the public. However, as time drew on, the old ways creeped back in, as the government began taking necessary approaches to problems that bordered on unethical. A missing reporter, a silenced critic, a military experiment on an unsuspecting small frontier town. America shined bright, but only because the light was before a dark growing cloud.
Were we really the bad guys?
Gannon's mother fled from Navarro after the fall of the Oil Rig, but Gannon returned to the Enclave when Granite was elected. He was one of many who put their hopes in the dream of a better world, and found his faith justified.
Gannon would serve as mayor of New Vegas for 2 terms before retiring to practice medicine at Freeside. He would continue to complain that his partner made him carry too much when they went camping until his dying day. So it goes.
After the end of the Great War, freedom of speech vanished from most of America. Would-be despots crushed dissenters in the name of security, progress, or just because they could. Under the Enclave, the First Amendment was restored, and voices silent since the Great War spoke out. Fueled by the dream of freedom and the economic boom that followed reuniting the wastes, a new type of music arose, which the kids call New World Blues. It's about letting go of your first love, because you've met your next. It's about letting go of the past, because you've got to enjoy the present. And it's so poppy that everyone's parents hated it.
Edie, play Party in the USA.
House once said, "If you want to see the fate of democracies, look out the windows." But House didn't address the fact that pre-war America was not a democracy. Granite's dream was to restore America at its best, and that meant the land of freedom. Deciding not to seek a 4th term after the war with Chicago, Granite stayed silent during debates over the Brotherhood War, the Hawaiian Conference, and the campaign against the South American raiders. Those debates, bringing forth millions of voters across the reunited states, were simply democracy in action.
So it goes.
The Enclave once believed that wastelanders were mutants fit only for extermination, and even many reformers within the Enclave viewed the wastelanders as, if human, second-class citizens. More than one centrist saw the wastelanders as humans, but inferior stock, who needed to be salvaged through genetic testing and other programs to save the American people. Under Granite, America tried to live up to its founding ideals, that all men are created equal. Wastelanders, vault dwellers, and Enclave purists all lived together, continuing the American experiment.
So it goes.
The Great War saw an end to the America of old, snuffed out in the blinding flash of nuclear bombs. Worse still, those who sought shelter in the vaults for safety were subjected to horrifying experiments at the hands of those who claimed to protect them. 200 years later, however, the government had returned to the mainland, and under the Enclave, America was reborn, the stars and stripes flying high over the land, And while still a far cry from the America of old, it gave people hope. Where raiders, knights, and barons once tread saw communities, families, and the first progress in centuries. America had come out of the Great War a little battered, but better than it ever had been. As the 2300s closed in, the future had never been brighter.
God bless America. And there you have it, folks. We have essentially reunited all that we can here with the United States and the Enclave. So that pretty much brings an end to this particular run-through of Hearts of Iron 4. And I definitely had fun. And like I said already, I will be getting back to this mod down the road once the mod developers actually get back and continue expanding everything further east. And I know, too, at the moment they are actually working on getting the Deep South done with their next update. So that'll be interesting to see. Yeah, exactly. Just the fact that this mod is so much more detailed than the base game with in-game economic system and everything. It's just fantastic. And just the fact that this mod and the sub-mod that allows me to play as the Enclave here are continuing to develop it along is just phenomenal. And I'm looking forward to it. But at any rate, that is probably going to be all for me today, because I know I do have a D&D game that I do have to do some last-minute preparations for in about an hour, so I'm going to be getting ready for that. But my next stream will be the... actually, no, not this upcoming Monday. It will actually be this upcoming Tuesday, and I am going to be playing more Hades 2 that day, so do stick around for that. And that'll be starting at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time that day. But, let us then go to our outro screen here as we find somebody to raid, actually, because I know we do have a couple of different people who are raiding, and actually... yeah, let's actually go and stream raid Veggie, actually. It looks like he is actually in the process of some Lego building, and honestly, who doesn't love some Legos? So let us... and here we are. Okay, and we'll start the raid there. And unfortunately, I went a little too fast, so we'll go back here for the time being. But at any rate, friends, I thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, this is the Blue Badger, signing off for now, and I'll see you guys next time.